The Gulfstream G700 is designed to be the flagship of purpose-built business jets, a category distinct from airliner conversions. It pairs an ultra-long-range mission profile with a cabin deliberately tuned for circadian comfort and low fatigue, which is why it is often the default choice for executives who routinely cross 10 to 14-hour segments. Performance first, a 7,500 nautical mile range at long-range cruise puts city pairs like New York to Hong Kong, London to Buenos Aires, or Dubai to Los Angeles within non-stop reach. Rolls-Royce Pearl 700 engines deliver the thrust margin to cruise up to Mach 0.925 while maintaining fuel efficiency, and the wing's high-aspect design with advanced flaps improves both high-speed cruise and short-field capability. The signature feature of the G700 is its cabin geometry. It is the tallest, widest, and longest cabin in its class. That extra volume allows 5 living zones without compressing seat pitch, typically a club section, a dining or conference area, an entertainment lounge, a dedicated crew rest, and a private stateroom with an enclosed lavatory and shower. 20 panoramic oval windows are placed to align with seating, bathing the cabin in daylight and reducing the tube effect common to smaller jets. Gulfstream's health and comfort systems are quietly important. A plasma ionization system continually scrubs the air to neutralize particulates and odors, while 100% fresh air exchange happens every few minutes rather than recirculation. A low cabin altitude and dynamic LED lighting that replicates sunrise and sunset help mitigate jet lag. Sound damping and decoupled floors keep the noise floor exceptionally low, so conversations remain natural even during takeoff. Up front, the Symmetry flight deck employs active control side sticks, extensive touchscreens, and predictive runway terrain tools. Synthetic and enhanced vision overlays give pilots a real-time augmented picture of the environment, which translates into smoother approaches and fewer weather delays. In short, the G700 marries speed and range with a cabin intentionally engineered to arrive passengers fresher than they would on most airframes. From an ownership perspective, the appeal includes operating economics and support. Gulfstream's service network can perform rapid turnarounds between long missions, and the airframe's inspection intervals are built around minimizing downtime. Residual values remain robust because the jet occupies the very top of the purpose-built market, drawing demand from corporate flight departments and private owners alike. Priced at approximately $80 million, reported owners include Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk, both of whom are known to have purchased G700s through corporate aviation trusts, such as TVPX Aircraft Solutions. Bombardier's Global 8000 pushes the envelope on 2 axes, outright speed and physiological comfort. With a published top speed approaching Mach 0.94 and an operational ceiling of 51,000 feet, it spends much of a long flight above commercial traffic and most weather. That altitude also reduces turbulence encounters, and the airframe's wing sweep is tuned, so the aircraft retains excellent high-speed efficiency without a punitive fuel burn. Range is the headline. Roughly 8,000 nautical miles enables pairings like Singapore-Los Angeles, Dubai-Houston, and London-Perth under favorable winds. GE Passport engines contribute with a high overall pressure ratio and a noise signature specifically treated for cabin quieting. Passengers perceive the result as a low, even hush, rather than the droning you might expect on a long sector. The 4-zone cabin is modular, a forward club for work, a dining or conference module in the mid-cabin, an entertainment lounge, and an aft suite with a full-size bed and optional stand-up shower. Materials are hand-finished, veneers, stone, and leathers. But what matters most is the engineering you don't see: advanced sound insulation, a very low cabin altitude at cruise, and even floor heating to maintain comfort without aggressive forced air. Connectivity is treated like a system, not an accessory. K-band or multi-band broadband supports real video conferencing, cloud file sync, and live market feeds. The result is a jet where a 12-hour flight can operate as a fully functional workday, then pivot to a quiet bedroom in the last hours before arrival. Pilots appreciate the fly-by-wire architecture and envelope protections that reduce workload in busy terminal areas. Combined with steep approach approvals at select airports and strong short-field performance for the category, the Global 8000 opens access to more convenient airfields, shaving ground time at both ends of a mission. For owners who regularly span continents and need to arrive sharp, the Global 8000's combination of speed, reach, and low physiological load is the reason it frequently appears on shortlists next to the G700. Priced at approximately $85 million, the first confirmed customer is Comlux Aviation, a Swiss luxury charter and completion company that will receive delivery in 2026. Several private buyers are also reported to have placed orders for this model. The BBJ-2 starts as a Boeing 737-800 and becomes, after completion, a flying townhouse. The attraction is volume, where purpose-built business jets optimize for speed and efficiency within smaller tubes. The BBJ-2 offers close to 1,000 square feet of flat, configurable floor space. Owners with large entourages, advisors, security, family, or staff can move about without the choreography required on narrower cabins. Because it is an airliner derivative, reliability and global support are strengths. The CFM 56-7B engines are among the most prolific in aviation, with parts and expertise available across the world. Range sits north of 6,000 nautical miles with auxiliary tanks, which covers New York, Dubai, or London, Tokyo, with prudent planning, while the winglets and weight optimizations keep fuel numbers reasonable for the size. Completion houses treat the interior like a bespoke residence. You routinely see a master bedroom with a king bed and an ensuite bath with a full shower, a formal dining area that converts to a boardroom with secure connectivity, a cinema lounge, and a galley able to plate multi-course meals. Designers add acoustic architecture, double bulkheads, floating floors, tuned insulation, so that conversations remain private even when the cabin is busy. Operationally, the BBJ-2 trades a little runway length and speed for that cavernous interior, but the compromise is often sensible for principals who value space above maximum Mach number. For many governments and family offices, a BBJ-2 hits a sweet spot, large enough to be a mobile residence and command post, but still compatible with an airline maintenance ecosystem and plentiful pilot pools. Cabin layouts can be reconfigured over time as mission needs change. That future-proofing, adding crew rest for longer legs, converting a lounge to an office suite, or expanding storage, extends the useful life of the aircraft and protects residual value in a niche market where tastes evolve quickly. Priced at approximately $100 million after completion, prominent private owners include Steven Spielberg, John Travolta, and Jeffrey Katzenberg, who operate variants of the Boeing business jet family. Airbus's ACJ319neo wraps new generation efficiency around a time-tested narrow-body cabin. The Neo, new engine option, introduces LEAP 1A or geared Pratt & Whitney power plants that cut specific fuel consumption while lowering exterior and interior noise. Add auxiliary center tanks and you get near 7,000 nautical mile reach with a comfortable 15-hour endurance window. The appeal stems from proportion. The ACJ319neo's cabin cross-section is broader than most business jets, so designers can create true rooms, a private master suite with a full shower, a guest bedroom, a quiet reading lounge with daybeds, and a dining salon that doubles as a conference space. With plenty of width, aisles remain generous, even with divans deployed, which preserves the residential feel. Airbus engineers paid explicit attention to comfort metrics: low vibration through tuned engine mounts, discrete airflow with better humidity control, and LED lighting that can run circadian programs through long night crossings. Because the platform is an airline type, dispatch reliability is excellent, and spare support is second nature at airports worldwide. Avionics commonality with larger Airbus types simplifies training pipelines for crews and maintenance teams. For operators who already run Airbus fleets, the ACJ319neo slots into existing systems for parts, tooling, and standard procedures, trimming the headaches that can come with bespoke types. For principals who prefer the peace of a larger tube without stepping up to a wide body, the ACJ319neo is a rational midpoint: serious range, quiet ride, and fully bespoke interiors on a platform crews and maintenance teams already know intimately. Priced at approximately $105 million, operated primarily by Qatar Executive, a subsidiary of Qatar Airways, and various Middle Eastern royal families through private holdings. Individual registrations are often kept confidential. The VIP 787-8 Dreamliner is where private aviation stops resembling big business jets and becomes closer to a flying palace. Built largely of carbon fiber composites, the Dreamliner is structurally light for its size, which translates into exceptional range, well over 9,000 nautical miles in VIP configuration, and a quieter, smoother ride thanks to larger flexible wings that dampen turbulence. Cabin environment is the differentiator. The 787 family runs at a lower effective cabin altitude and slightly higher humidity than traditional aluminum airframes, and its electrochromic windows eliminate mechanical shades while allowing passengers to tint light levels with a button press. On a 15 or 17-hour flight, Those two factors, moisture and pressurization, make a surprising difference in how rested you feel. With approximately 2,400 square feet of floor area, designers can stage truly separate worlds within the airplane. An owner's apartment with a vestibule, dressing room, and spa-style bath. A formal dining room that seats 14 to 16. A cinema with vibration-isolated seating. A wellness studio with stretching space and equipment. And multiple guest suites. Galleys operate at restaurant scale with cold storage and plating stations for service that matches five-star hotels. Communications and security are integrated at the architecture level. Dual or tri-band SATCOM, secure networks with compartmentalized access, and server rooms for content and productivity let the airplane become a sovereign boardroom in motion. For those who must combine head-of-state travel with family life on the same mission, there is no substitute for the volume and environmental quality of a 787 VIP. Despite its size, the 787-8 benefits from efficient Trent 1000 or Jenks engines and advanced aerodynamics, so direct operating costs compare favorably with older four-engine designs of similar volume. For long-term programs, that delta compounds into meaningful savings without sacrificing comfort. Price: around $225 million, green aircraft, and over $300 million after full customization. These aircraft are typically owned by state leaders, royal families, and major business conglomerates. One notable operator is Comlux Completion in Indiana, which outfits 787 VIP jets for private clients. Specific individual owners remain undisclosed due to security and privacy agreements. The 747-8 VIP remains iconic because it blends ceremonial presence with practical redundancy. Four engines yield long legs, about 8,000 nautical miles, and the dual-deck architecture delivers nearly 4,700 square feet of space. You can separate public, private, and staff functions on different levels, connected by a sweeping staircase that turns every entry into a moment. Interior programs often place a formal reception area near the entry for dignitaries, followed by a state dining room and a large conference hall with secure communications. The upper deck becomes the private domain, an owner's suite with a panoramic lounge in the hump, a library, and small meeting rooms. Multiple guest cabins and staff berthing allows the airplane to support extended tours without relying on external hotels. From a handling standpoint, the 747's wing and high-lift systems give it credible runway performance for its size, and the airframe's worldwide support network mirrors that of the 787 and 737 families. Crews appreciate the stability in weather and the redundancy inherent in a four-engine design for certain overwater routings, even as twin-engine ETOPS standards have matured. Symbolism matters with this platform. Many nations and royal households choose it precisely because it communicates stature the moment the air stairs roll up. Yet it remains a tool, capable, reliable, and surprisingly quiet inside when completed with modern acoustic treatments. For owners who require the ultimate blend of presence, partitioned space, and true intercontinental range with generous payload, the 747-8 VIP still defines the top of the private wide-body pyramid. Priced at approximately $418 million base, reportedly owned by Joseph Lau, a Hong Kong real estate billionaire who commissioned a heavily customized 747-8 VIP valued at over $500 million. Other examples belong to Middle Eastern royal families and state governments. The A340-300 VIP is the classic long-range, four-engine wide-body repurposed as a private residence with wings. The A340 wins on cabin real estate and proven intercontinental endurance. For certain operators, especially those with complex routes and security considerations, four-engine redundancy is a feature in itself. In private service, completion firms reimagine the cabin as an apartment series. Large salons with residential furniture, a formal dining room, multiple bedrooms, prayer or meditation rooms, and dedicated medical and communication suites. Because the fuselage is long and unbroken by doors between classes, designers can create grand sightlines, something narrow bodies struggle to replicate. Costs are driven by materials and systems more than the green aircraft. High-pressure showers with gray water recirculation, secure server rooms, and even art galleries or display vitrines are not uncommon. When you add ballistic or fragment-resistant reinforcements in sensitive areas, the total program can climb into the high hundreds of millions. Operationally, crews value the A340's calm demeanor on long sectors and its ability to carry large payloads of passengers, luggage, and equipment. For multi-week itineraries that move a full household and staff, that capability reduces the need for separate support aircraft. For principals who value space, privacy, and the ability to bring teams and family on the same itinerary, the A340-300 VIP remains a compelling, if rare, choice in the modern era of efficient twins. Priced at around $500 million, depending on customization level, owned by Alisher Usmanov, the Russian billionaire and founder of USM Holdings. Air Force One is technically a call sign used when the President of the United States is aboard. In practice, it has become shorthand for the presidential aircraft. The next generation VC-25B, based on the 747-8 platform, is more than a luxury jet. It is a hardened mobile command center engineered to keep government continuity intact under any scenario. Start with range and endurance. The aircraft can fly roughly 7,800 nautical miles without refueling and, if necessary, can refuel in flight via a tanker, giving it essentially global reach without landing. Power generation, environmental control, and communications are all built with redundancy so that single-point failures do not compromise the mission. The interior layout is classified in detail, but broadly it includes an executive suite for the president, a secure conference room that doubles as a situation room, medical facilities with surgical capability, press seating, berthing for Secret Service and staff, and dedicated communications work centers. Every space is designed for function first, survivability, secure comms, and command authority. Then comfort. Hardening measures include electromagnetic pulse, EMP protection strategies, specialized defensive aids, and extensive encryption across voice and data links. Even the wiring architecture is segregated to prevent cascade failures and to maintain assured communications. Despite the mission focus, the cabin finish is dignified, quiet, refined, and suitable for state duties the moment the door opens. As a program, the VC-25B's cost includes airframes, development, integration, and testing. It is an investment in capability rather than a price tag on a private toy. In the spectrum of expensive jets, it stands alone because its purpose is not luxury. It is national resilience in motion. Owned and operated by the United States Air Force, serving as the official aircraft for the President of the United States. It is not privately owned, but funded through the U.S. government defense budget. Price: estimated total program cost exceeding $4 billion.